For those who don't know me, my name is Erin McKenna and I opened the first vegan gluten-free bakery in New York City back in 2005. Very beginning, I refused to make pie because
I hated pie.
I can trace it back to Entenmann's pie that we were served as kids, and it was so gloppy and gross. This recipe that became so famous that people would line up around the block, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, everything, just to get a pie. And I felt like, honestly, like Lucy in the episode where she's working at the candy shop. Pies stacked all over the bakery. We had one tiny little oven. The bakery is about 250 square feet. We could not find enough space to store all of these pies. So this pie is also famous because it was featured in Gossip Girl.
Pie's been secured. Thanksgiving no longer needs to be canceled, all right?
The pie gets smashed. It was an entire scene on Broome Street.
Oh, pie! More like roadkill now.
Okay, so just get your apples and cut them up. Which, by the way, this is in my first cookbook. It's called BabyCakes. My dad was coming to visit and he was born and raised in New York. He's from Harlem. He said, why would you move back there? I spent 30 years trying to get out of that shithole. People loved him. He sat at the bar of the bakery. We had this little counter where people would sit. He really loved the apple pie. As they were coming out of the oven, he would order one and pay for it. And then he would eat the entire thing and then order another one. And it was just me, and I barely even knew how to roll out the dough. I was trying to have enough pies for the customers, and he kept buying them all and eating them. It was really nice, but also I was like, okay, that's stressing me out. Boom. Boom. Knife skills.
I'm a professional, you need to trust me.
Half cup. This is gonna be half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Squeeze a little bit of lemon juice over it. I always like to pre-bake my apples because it softens them up a lot and caramelizes them. I also add a little bit of coconut oil in here.
Here we go.
This part's kind of like baking. You can really eyeball the cinnamon. This is gonna go in the oven for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna add a little bit of cinnamon sugar sprinkle on this.
Because I forgot that I added that to the recipe a couple years ago, so.
For this recipe, for my pie crust, I'm going to use this Bob's Red Mill all-purpose baking flour because it's made without bean flour, and I know a lot of you have a sensitivity to bean flour, so I wanted to offer something that was not only without the bean flour, but also a lot easier. But I'm also listing my original recipe below. 2 cups of all-purpose flour.
If you're using the recipe below, you're gonna add xanthan gum, but this already has xanthan gum in it.
Half a teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar. Okay. Of 2.5 tablespoons of oil. I'm using coconut oil because I just think it makes a flakier crust. 2.5 tablespoons of coconut milk. I'm using shortening. However, in my original pie crust recipe, I use a homemade vegan soy-free butter, but sometimes we don't have the time to make homemade butter. Mix it up. Oops, I'm not gonna be selling this, so please don't ask me why I'm not wearing gloves. Actually do, I'm in a bad mood. Let's fight in the comments. This is typical of a pie crust. In stage 1, it's like a mess. Okay, so get in there and you just have to like really
Trying to push all of the dry flour into the fat globs.
Because I'm using this Bob's Red Mill cup for cup and it has a lot of starch in it. Starch tends to sop up a lot of moisture. So you might need to add a little bit of water. Add a little ice water. Okay, this is about a tablespoon. You don't want to add too much water because if you do, it's going to get too hard to roll out. Do you think I need like a half a tablespoon? Hold on. Do you guys hate looking at people with stuff on their fingers? I do. Ew! You want it to just kind of be like this. I'm gonna refrigerate this for about half an hour. Listen to that. That's so organic. Parchment down. Dough, flour under it. A little more on top. I put it over the edge and then I make it steady that way.
Oh, behave.
Oh, behave.
There it is. And then you go like this, slap it over. There you go. I know what you're thinking. What about these parts? And I say, watch this. It's kind of like an Italian crostata. And the thing with pie dough is you really can't just add it. You're perfect to me. I love sitting here talking to myself. And I am gonna par bake this pie crust 7 or 8 minutes in a 400-degree oven. I cracked her a little bit, but that's my fault. So we have some pie crust left.
Rustica. It's like an Italian crostata, where it's just kind of thrown together. It's so delicious, and it's like countryside apple pie.
Okay, let's put this back in the oven. Okay, I'm gonna take the pie out of the oven and see how we did.
Oh.
All right, it looks very good. Cut into this. Ooh, yeah, look at that. So good. I love it. Kind of like apple butter. Have you ever had that before? If you're interested in more holiday recipes, be sure to subscribe and put your notifications on so you don't miss my next vegan gluten-free recipe. Wanna try it? She's on a diet. Oh well. Okay. Until next time, bye. Can you say bye? Oh, that's my little baby.